Well, good afternoon. Today is Saturday, August 26th. It's time for our weekly Weight Watchers weekly meeting highlights, and this week's was about getting happy, so it's be happy, and I'm very happy. I really am. I lost some weight this week. You know, actually, to be honest with you, I filmed this video already. I'm all done, and I forgot to turn it on. Only me. But you know what? It made me laugh, so it came into play with the get happy because I was laughing at how silly I was not to make sure that I had the thing turned on to film. But I did lose 0.6 pounds, so I have a total loss of 47.9, and my total weight that I weigh is 256.3. I'm so close to getting into the 40s now. That's my next goal, is getting into the 40s. And then we also got another sticker. It's called Refresh. And it's this one here, and I'm going to refresh myself this week because my goal this week is to lose 2.1 for next week. I don't think that that's too high of a goal. I don't think it's unrealistic, but I'm going to try my best. I really am. My birthday, I keep saying it, but you know, that's just who I am. That's what makes me happy is my birthday. Most people don't want to tell you how old they are. I'm going to be 67. I'm really happy about that. I don't feel 67. I really don't. I saw a cartoon that kind of reflects it. I wish people could see how young I am on the inside rather than looking at how old I am on the outside, because I'm like a child at heart. I know I am. But let's get right into the book, Get Happy. And it says, joyful, lighthearted, content, and upbeat are some of the descriptions that you can use to make happy. There's lots of ways to describe happiness. And who wouldn't want to be happy and be in a good state of mind? I am a morning person. I wake up in a good mood just about every day. That's not to say that every day I wake up in a good mood, but for the most part I wake up in a good mood. I have 5 brothers and sisters, and I think my sister Mary and I are the only morning people. Denise definitely isn't a morning person, so when we go to the lake, Mary and I kind of overpower her with our cheerfulness, but we just know who she is, and we just avoid her till she gets her happy face on. Not to say she's not a happy person, she is, but she's just not happy in the morning. I hate to say that about her, but it's true. When we're happy, tasks seem easier, the day seems brighter, and it's all good. Who wouldn't want to be happy? Which is true. People that are happy tend to make smarter choices. They live a healthier life. They're more socially active. They take better care of their health. And the happier you are, the more likely you are to take good-for-you actions like getting more sleep, being socially active, and eating more nutritious foods. So they also tell you happy is as happy does. Although about half of our tendency towards happiness is genetic and another 10% comes from our life situations, 40% is determined by what you do. I do agree with that. I know people that their whole family, they're like Debbie Downers. I mean, there are families out there, and I just do believe that it's part of your tendency. So you have to work extra hard to be happy sometimes, which is sad to say, but I'm very fortunate that I'm not one of those people, because I guess I'm just sickening sometimes because I'm so happy. And a lot of it, everybody puts on a happy face, you know. And not to say that I haven't in the past put on a happy face, because sometimes you just really have to put on a happy face. But I'd have to say that 95% of the time, I'm happy. I really am. There's always going to be sadness in your life. That's just part of life. But you just got to move beyond it and not let it consume you and define your life. You just have to move on with it. So small things you can do can make a big difference. Something is how beautiful the sky looks. You can list positive things that have happened. So what you want to do is on the next page, it's telling you what to do for 3 good things. So what you want to do is think about 3 good things that happened to you in the last 24 hours. And it can be something simple. You can be like the smell of coffee brewing, a smile on a baby's face, a compliment that someone has given you. Sorry, itchy nose, I got to kiss a fool. And you want to write it down with as much detail as you can. So if I had to think about something that was happy for me yesterday, mine was waking up to having Sophia laying next to me in the bed. She snores, she farts, but I love all my grandchildren, but that was a happy thought for me. It really was. Another happy thought was when Kylie came over to play with Sophia. Kylie's a very sweet girl, and if I watch Sebastian and Oliver, she'll come over and she'll like babysit them for me because they're smaller and they tend to get into a little bit more trouble. And they're boys. And nothing against boys because I had two of them, but they do tend to get into a little more trouble than kids do, than girls do. And a third thing that happened that made me happy. I get so many things that make me happy. It's just, seeing Christy when she comes to pick up Sophia. So, and then I talk to Danny, I talk to Jimmy. It's just all things in life just make me happy. It's kind of hard to pinpoint just three. There's sad things, obviously, that make you unhappy, but I don't like to dwell on them because, you're always going to have sadness in your life, and so I'm just not going to dwell on it. So the think again page is, an unhelpful thought is, will doing all of these little things increase my happiness? Really, what difference is it going to make? And the helpful thought is, science shows that my happiness comes in part from what I do and make people happier by making healthier choices. I want to be healthier, so I'll be working on boosting my happiness. An unhelpful thought is, there's no way 3 good things happen to me in a week, let alone in a day. The helpful thought is, I'll try this for a week and see what happens. They might not be life-changing events, but noticing little things that I can be grateful for can help me become a better, happier person. Just the season's changing. It's quite chilly today, but I live in Michigan where we have 4 seasons, and I enjoy every one of the seasons. And you just have to, they go by so fast. The only one that doesn't really seem to go by fast is winter to me. That one seems to drag on forever and ever. And I love the snow, I really do. I don't mind the cold, but I like to be in my house with my doors and windows open. I like to hear the sounds of the neighborhood, the kids playing outside, people riding their bikes, the little bells ringing on the bikes, and just little things like that. I really enjoy that. So I'm a sap, what can I say? The recipe is for Maui Maui, I'm trying to fix the page here, Maui Maui soft tacos. I love a soft taco, but I'm not a big fish eater. I know I should get more fish into my diet, but I'm not. So if anybody wants to try to copy that recipe, you go right ahead. So we had another leader today, and she talked about being happy. I don't know where Denise went. She wasn't there last week, and she wasn't here this week. And this leader talked like she was going to be here next week, too. I really do like her. She's very interesting. She's a nurse in real life, as they say. And she just puts a whole new perspective on the program, so I do like that. But she talked today, we talked a little bit about last week about the different myths of weight loss, but she did bring up a point that a lot of people say that, it doesn't matter what time you eat or not. The only thing is the difference is you don't want to eat protein at night because protein gives you energy and that might keep you from sleeping well. So she did bring that up. But today we talked about the 4 happy hormones, and the first one is endorphins. And endorphins block your pain, and it contains like a morphine. Endorphin means morphine. So everybody has some sort of morphine in their body. Obviously not enough, like if you go to the hospital or something, they give you a morphine and it gets rid of all your pain. But it's just enough for you to be able to accept so much pain that your body kind of sends off some to kind of, like if you have like a slight headache and you don't really want to take anything, it's going to send off enough endorphins to try to fight off that little bit of pain. But sometimes you might need a little bit more, but that's going to work somewhat. And then there's number 2 is serotonin, which boosts our mood. And the lack of the serotonin in your body would cause depression and irritability. So you want to eat foods that are high in tryptophan, which she said like turkey and stuff. Even though they make you a little tired, it still gives you the endorphins that you need. Or not the endorphins, the hormones that you need. And the third one is dopamine, which is the pleasure hormone. And it's stimulated when we strive to reach a goal. And once we reach our goal is when it's really, really, really packing up there. Packing up there? What kind of word is that? That is not a word. I don't know where that word came from. It was just rolling around, and maybe I'm going to have my own dictionary. I don't know. That is not a word. But anyway, it pops up when you when you reach your goal, and it makes you feel really good. So that's a really good one to have. And oxytocin is the love hormone, which is released through human touch, whether it's a hug or a kiss or petting your animals or something, just some kind of a touch. Well, your animal's not a human, but it's, like in that, any kind of a human touch releases these. And so there's different ways that you can release these hormones, and the one is through physical activity. Number 2, which she said when we all saw that, she said, don't get too excited, is chocolate, because chocolate has an ingredient in it that causes you to feel really good, which is why everybody wants to eat chocolate. So she said you want to stay away from an excessive amount of chocolates, and what she suggested was to get some dark Hershey chocolate kisses and put them in the refrigerator or the freezer or whatever, and 1 chocolate kiss is 1 point. So she said try to just, like, if you're feeling really low and you need to have that, everybody has that mood that I just need some chocolate. Try to eat, just suck on it. Don't chew it and chomp it down right away. That's why it's better if it's frozen. It's a little harder to chew. It's just kind of suck on it and savor it. And if you need a second one, have a second one, because it's only going to be 2 points then. So it'll kind of relieve you of the stress of thinking you need a whole bag of chocolate. And it's easier if it's frozen. It's just out of your sight rather than a candy dish. And then she said to remember the BLTs of eating. And the BLTs are: B is for bite, L is for lick, and T is for taste. So you want to remember that all points count. So if you take a bite of something, you still got to figure out how many points it is. If you take a lick, you're really not going to worry about the things, but how many people are going to be satisfied with just a lick of chocolate? And a taste. So you got to have a taste. If you just want a taste of chocolate, one kiss will do it, and it'll give you your 1 point. The number 3 thing is to do meditation, walk, take a hike, just sit quiet, say prayers, or just be within yourself. Smiling. Smiling stretches the muscles in your face, and it sends a message to your brain that you're happy, and it releases the right endorphins then. Spicy dishes, spicy foods make your brain react, and it says, oh, okay, what's going on, which I love spicy foods. I'm getting to the age where spicy foods don't like me too much. That's why I have Tums, because I'm still going to eat my spicy foods. The number 6 thing that releases hormones is vanilla scent. And vanilla scent, besides making us hungry, calms us, and it kind of reminds us of our childhood. I never thought about it, but it kind of really does. I think it does. And the same thing happens with lavender, and lavender helps you to sleep. So if you have a problem sleeping, if you try to get a diffuser with some lavender and put it by your bed, that'll help you to sleep. If you can afford the essential oils, take a bath in lavender. You want to take if you want to take ginseng, which it controls blood pressure and it gets your hormones going. I've never heard that before, but I believe her. Laughter always releases endorphins, and it exercises you from the inside out, and it reduces stress. And of course, everybody knows sex. We didn't go into that one because everybody knows about that one. And natural happiness makes you make the difference in it. Everybody has some sort of happiness in them, and you just have to just be happy, I guess. You want to eat foods that put you back in control and stay away from sugar, and work on eating healthy. And you don't want to have impulsive choices or an impulsive response. So an impulsive choice is like, as you're walking out of the grocery store, checking out your food, there's always candy. An impulsive choice is to grab the candy bar. But the impulsive response is to look at it, see how many calories it are, figure out how many points it is it really worth it? So once again, it's get happy, and I hope this helped you. If not, I'm really sorry. If you've not been to my channel before, I hope you subscribe. I do a daily vlog, and I do the weekly meetings on Saturdays, and sometimes I throw in a story time that tells you a little bit more about myself. So I hope you like the video, subscribe, comment, and share if you think it'll help somebody. And I will see you guys next Saturday.